Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Out the Box Talks. I am your host, Cril. I got my brother right next to me, my co-host.
A Level of Wiz. Y'all already know what this is.
What's
Out
good, A Level?
Back again. Wonder Twins reactivate. You know what I'm saying?
Word up, man. It's a pleasure to have you back again, man. I mean, it's been a little while. I know folks haven't seen us together, but I'm glad that you're back on for this special episode today. This is episode 76 of Out the Box Talks. We keeping it pushing. Man, how you feel about this show we about to have today, brother?
Listen, man, y'all in for a real treat tonight. What you guys are about to witness is you heard the strength of street knowledge. What y'all about to witness is the strength of super lyricism at its finest, coined by these two greats. We're about to bring in like one half of what we're about to bring in.
So. Right. We might have the third member too. So, you know, yeah, let's make sure, man. Man, I'm just so excited to build with these brothers tonight, and also to have you a part of this as well, man. You know how far we go back with this hip hop thing, man, and the love for the culture. So without further ado, man, I don't want to keep the people long. Usually my intros are a little longer, but we have such a dope show. I don't want to like take too long. So again, man, I want to thank all of our Out the Box Talks listeners and viewers for rocking with us. Every Friday there's a new episode. We appreciate you, and we are here to give y'all another special show today, man. So without further ado, I want to welcome to our Out the Box Talks viewing and listening audience, brothers Ras Kass and Killah Priest of the Horsemen. And I think we're going to have Kurupt as well. So give a warm welcome for these brothers. Welcome to Out the Box Talks.
Woo. Yeah.
Ready, crew.
Yo, peace. What up?
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to have y'all. How are y'all doing? How y'all feeling tonight?
Feeling like haunting, like a clan member.
Yo.
Hood on.
So for the people that might be listening but not watching this via video, kind of introduce your name and just let people know what's been going on with y'all as of late.
My name, I go by the name of Killah Priest, you know what I mean? Lord, aka Lord's son. And right now, I'm just one part of the Horsemen. I'm the pale horse. I'm death. So I represent, cleaning stuff up within the whole Horsemen group. You know what I mean? So it's like once I come through, I make sure there's nothing left around. So also, just doing doing it all, man. Getting on the road and everything, like I said.
Indeed.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ras.
Yeah, I'm Pestilence, aka Ras Kass. I mean, just really for me, I always wanted to spit sick. So, that was just a thing, the spit sick. So when you coughing and even sneezing and shit, like that embodied being a dope rapper before we came up with this concept, but that definitely fit my persona of especially being a West Coast MC. I'm not born somewhere else and came here. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but a lot of times, a lot of our lyrical dudes and talented dudes came from somewhere else. I'm really a native, so it was always heavy on my soul to represent the West Coast to the fullest and still be a hip hop head and spit sick. So that I am Pestilence, Ras Kass, and yeah, man, we just we finally after 20 years were able to come together, and I don't think we have a lot of differences. It's just a lot of personalities, man. It's just hard to gel shit because people have a lot of their own lives and struggles and obstacles and goals they got to go through. And you know, then you get outsiders that do all kind of extra shit. They have their extra agendas. So we basically got like twice bootlegged, and they never had the final music was great ideas that were never mixed. You know, they literally had the 2 tracks. So it's not even like they had the files and gave us a good shot. They just threw it out, and it was a misrepresentation of what we were. So we wanted to one time at least give it a shot and let the people hear what we were trying to give them 20 years ago. So I call it our debut finale.
Yeah. I noticed that you said that at the end of the album too. I want to talk to you more about that. But yeah, almost 20 years, like 2 decades. Like, yeah, like what made y'all decide, you know what, in 2021 we're gonna put this out?
I think it was time, perfect timing. You know, being that we went through the COVID and everything, and that was the time that we can actually get together and work. You know what I mean? Undisturbed. So I think it was the perfect time for and with all, you know, with mainstream going the way it was going, you know, with the drill music and the trap music. So it was a perfect time to just put out something that shocked the entire industry, with 4 of us coming together as a unit and putting out music quality that we know. So that's the depth, that's the apocalypse that we bring into it. Like, you know, not saying we end all be all, but we just bringing a whole killer realm to it.
Indeed, man. And it's called The Last Ride, man. Like,
Yeah.
You know, you want to ask him about that, A Level?
Well, you know, what I wanted to ask y'all was, I mean, for me, all I had pretty much to go with up until this point was just like you said, the bootlegs and the mixtapes and the freestyles on Future Flavors. You know what I'm saying? When y'all just go down there and burn it down, you know what I'm saying? And I just have my mixtapes, and I'm still running them joints to this day, actually. You know what I'm saying? Knowing them joints word for word. But what I wanted to ask y'all was, you know, being an artist, you know, coming up in this streaming platform as opposed to selling physical sales of records and stuff like that anymore. Like, and there's way more records coming out now than it was 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, people dropping 2 or 3 albums every year. Like, I'm used to like being able to consume an album, and like, you know, albums come out every 2, 3, 4 years, and I get the full gist of it. But now it's like you're pressured to really put music out. So it's like now you got the fans on one end where it's like, you know, we want this album to come out right now. We want it to come out right now. And then as opposed to the artists, what kind of pressure does that put on you guys to say, okay, we got to release this now because there's a popular demand for it, or let me just release this organically, as you guys were saying it just now, as it's supposed to come out, you know, because sometimes that window, that time window just goes, and then people just be like, whatever.
My answer for this particular thing is that time for us has never really extinguished. It never was like, you know, people expected this 20 years ago. So it was really up to us to just do what we wanted to do creatively, and make sure that when we let it go, it was something that we felt was a good reflection for us. So, you know, otherwise as an artist, that's a whole different, nowadays content is king, and people have very short attention spans. It's kind of like, you know, McDonald's music. People don't do a lot of, well, no, I'll take that back. People make amazing albums, and people, you know, like it for a week and move on, and don't support it and expect you to make more. And what I try to remind the younger cats and the younger fans especially is like, this shit costs. It costs money to get in the studio. It costs money to mix. It costs money to master. Some people got to pay for that feature, you know, shoot that video. So I try to remind them of that, and I try to remind the older, you know, generations that we from, because now we the OGs now, you know, is that, and I don't like that OG term, but we you know, we the leaders. I'm not the young upstart. I'm not the 16, 17-year-old dude. I'm the man with the 16, 17-year-old kid. And with that being said, I try to remind them, like, don't turn your back on the culture and not support it either. So it's really up to everybody to say, like, let's support. You know, it's easy to support Jay-Z. He don't even need your fucking support. Help the mother, disrespected Jay. I think he does a great job. But if you want this culture to exist, and you don't, and whatever the new stuff is ain't your cup of tea, then you got to support the stuff that is. You got to be pro something and not anti something. So that for me, again, just to reiterate, for Horsemen, we had nothing but time. We didn't. We never got a fair shake, and people kind of judged us on things that were never supposed to be heard, except for like if Killah Priest had a song on his album, or Ras Kass had a song on his album, or Canibus had a song on his album, you would hear one mixed song, one idea that we all agreed on, and then everything else, any mixtape, any I don't care if it came out on somebody's label, that shit was 2 tracks. It was a mix. I remember one where you could hear the DAT and you get it all through the whole like part of the song. I'm like, fuck, man, that's not the song I wanted to, we were making. So yeah, that's my answer.
Dope. Yo, so I wanted to ask y'all about this particular project, right? The Horsemen project. Now, when you guys initially came out, you went by the name 4 Horsemen. Like, why did y'all decide to remove the 4 and just have it HRSMN without the vowels?
That's a good question, man. That's like because we got a lot of people that it's like the Jackson 5, taking off the 5 and taking it to Jackson. We grown up from the number thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just Horsemen. I think we just outgrew out of saying 4, because we have we got a rotation of
right.
artists, man, that just come through. I mean, we got the core, but then you never know, because we was rocking out with March at one period. He got busy, stuff like that. So we just called it the Horsemen just in case we grow bigger and bigger.
Right. Definitely. I'm glad you said that. Pharaoh was like a rotating member. I believe it was like Mos Def, a few of us that we wanted.
Yeah.
Rotate out. Period. Because it was a collective of, who we felt was, incredible MCs that we were trying to just make a platform and a family and a team for. And to also add to that, did we take the vowels out? I sent it to you, I think, but it was like some Viking shit, and the shit didn't have no vowels. I was like, that shit hard. And I guess the old, how they used to write their shit. So we kind of, and I was like, not that we Vikings are trying to be Europeans, but in a way we are some fucking, some grimy ass Vikings. We some motherfucking berserkers tearing your shit up. So I was like, I thought conceptually taking the vowels out, which we were ahead of the curve, because now the young boys, you know what I'm saying, the style is to put the X or the V or the whatever. So we kind of was on some shit 20 years ago that they just caught up to us on that whole vibe.
Dope. In reference to that last question, Cass, you got one of the most notable lines on the album, even though there's so much quotables on the album. But on the song This Ish right here, you open the song with the line HRSMN, no vowels. I don't give a ish, no vowels. It's like one of them lines that just like it hits so hard it smacks you in the face. Can you take us through the mindset that created that line?
Oh man, just feeling like it is what it is. Sometimes you got to just say what it is. Like, like I was feeling that day. Like, this is the group, get it, and this is how I feel. I mean, and it keeps going. No white flag waving, no throwing in towels. Like we on some warrior. We the Horsemen. Like this is, we not stopping. So I was just in that zone.
Yeah, and it's also not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. Like the emphasis is so strong. Like, it's just like perfect opener in terms of bars, So
I was angry, I think, that day, because even the intro, like that was like a one take thing. I was just kind of, you sometimes you in that zone and you in that wave, and and I just kind of said what I needed to say and went into it. And I'm glad we kept it. If sometimes you can't duplicate a feeling.
Word. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So the album cover, it depicts 4 horses in different colors with different characters on each horse. From left to right, I don't know if you got the cover up in front of you, but maybe if you could kind of explain like who is who as far as the members on the cover.
You got a Priest?
Is KP
Yeah, but
still with us?
hold on. I can't, yo. I'm trying to find out where we at, yo.
His screen is frozen.
Oh, it's
yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to
bring.
Yeah.
Kurupt is.
There's Kurupt.
Oh yeah, I'm right here, baby.
Kurupt. All right.
You see the wop.
Oh yeah.
I gotta get my look so I gotta get my look so I can see what I'm saying.
That's right. So I'm looking at it just to cover it. So it's from left to right on the cover. It's Killah Priest. It's me. So there's Death. There's Pestilence. That's the kind of slimy dude. There's Kurupt. He's the blue one. He's Famine, and he's also the headless horseman. That's why he's like holding his dome. And then Canibus is War. And he got the bloody axe with the gang of guns, and his horse is on fire. So the reason why we did that is I think just symbolically, biblically, because this is all still based on biblical, revelations. These 4 horsemen come and they, the seals are open and they come to bring about, the end of the world and then Judgment Day and all that. So, the horses are different colors, and I wanted to stick more motif. Cannabis, technically, you smoke it, it's gonna be on fire. So, kind of taking some literal meaning from our personality. So we try to do that. Rupt, obviously, DPG, and being from neighborhood in Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying? The blue, the blue chucks and the blue rag, and then me, I felt like we borrowed personally from Ras Assassination, where I had the lime green, so that was more sick. So I was borrowing more from my second album, and then of course Priest Wu-Tang. So you get the Killer B, and you get the, what I'm saying, even his headpiece is some kind of samurai. So we try to balance not the historical, but the biblical, to also fit in with our real personalities and our backgrounds and our histories. If you look, like on the bottom, we all have our banners of where we, where kind of where our foundations lie, saluting them. So you see the W down there, and the dog print and the RK. So we always salute our foundation and where we going, and we're moving from there.
Yeah, I didn't notice it at first, but as I was looking, the horse that has the scales, I realized I saw the little Dodgers hat in the back.
Yeah.
In the back. Let me bring Kurupt there. Yeah, I saw the little Dodgers hat, the blue hat, and I was like, that gotta be Kurupt. And I was like, that's it right. So I thought that was clever, because the artwork is not like in your face. Like, you really gotta like look. Like, you talking about the banners and stuff, like I didn't see that yet. So now I'm gonna go back and look for like that Wu-Tang flag and the different stuff. So it was dope. Who actually designed the cover?
Glitch, right?
That's Raz's boy. I don't know why he got quiet. That's you know what I'm saying. You to ask me, if that's the part you ask me that, I'm taking that lead. That's about RZA. He taking that lead. Raz, what's wrong with you?
Oh man, so I'm very proud to say, man, my man Gifted Glitch helped us come up with just conceptualizing, and he put a lot of time and effort and detail. So there's so many small details. When you blow it up, even to a big canvas, you don't miss. It's so many details, and just because he's a real big fan of Kurupt and Killah Priest and Canibus, and so there's so many things about their personality that he wanted to get in there. That's crazy. Like it's actually a crazy work of art. I don't even think Priest like his chest it's just ribs, and then it's just like magic flame fucking fire shit in his chest. This nigga's like the mummy on some other shit. Like, it's a lot of crazy details.
He's deaf.
I didn't know that.
Nigga is deaf.
Yeah. He's like a crazy, like magic emperor. Yeah. Death
a lot
guy.
going on. It's a lot going on with the imagery, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, A Level, you got another question for the brothers?
You guys are pretty much, you know, coming after the rock hymns and, you know, being that next wave of cerebral rappers coming out after the golden era, man. Like the first real super group of MCs, you know what I'm saying? That's before your slaughterhouses and everything else. What do y'all feel about you know, y'all chamber rapping? You know, is it something that's still popular? Obviously it's not. I don't think so, but as it should be. But why do you feel as though, you know, more people tend to not really go that super lyrical route, you know, as opposed to what's going on in the industry right now?
I mean, can they go the super lyrical route? And the people that's not super lyrical, you know, like the fans, you know, I mean, that's their choice. I mean, the industry period is a youthful industry. You know what I'm saying? Because us old folk don't buy shit. We gave up buying when we got old. You see what I'm saying? The key to the game is like when Death Row, when we dropped our shit. Couldn't nobody relate to that was older. My mom would tell me that all the time. That ain't music. So with my pop, that ain't no good music. I play you some good music.
Right.
Throw Smokey Robinson on in the heartbeat and say that stuff y'all music. You know what I'm saying? The old folks can't connect to that, man. So the old folks nowadays, they're not buying the records. And the number one thing about this music industry from the doors, the ladies buy the records. The ladies and kids. Niggas buy shit for their children or a woman. You understand me? They playing music because they know the girl like it and she'll get naked. They play the music because the girl like it and they can get what they want and soothe and rock the party. Why do people go to parties? They go to parties so they can see women. You know what I'm saying? The majority.
Bar.
You know what I'm saying? So this is about the ladies and about the youth. Shut up. And the youth are basically, they're into this genre. Like when we was young, they was in the Biggie, they was in the Death Row. But if you listen to, like, you know, even the older rappers, I mean, Melly Mel said it best in the movie The Show, where he's like, you look at the generation of rappers right now, you know, they just jumping around doing this and doing that. You know, that ain't no show. We put on a real show. We'll show you how you do a show. You know, because the older people couldn't relate to the new. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop to them. Fake. He's got to go. She's got to go. But yeah, like I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, and that's basically what it is. So this new generation has their own sound that they into. And that's what it's about. You know, they're not into the heavy lyrics. They're not into the hardcore rhyming. You know what I'm saying? They're into that. So that ain't something to compete with. I think that our generation is out of competing and into living. Like when we do our songs and stuff, you know, it ain't no competition. Our shit now is done, you know, because we love to do it. You know what I'm saying? You reach a certain age, and then once you get there, man, you do it because you love it and you get paid. It's your job. Where the young folks do it because, you know, it's fun to them. The majority of us old folks, this shit ain't fun anymore. It still is to me, though. I tell you that much. Because I'm a real MC, so I love the stage. I love the mic. And all real MCs, you know what I'm saying? They love that mic, you know what I'm saying? We got the business out of it. And nowadays, they get paid a lot faster and a lot bigger checks. So actually, hip-hop is expanding because the business has expanded. People are becoming damn near 5 millionaires, having $5 million in their bank account by the age of 19. So actually, hip-hop is elevating business-wise and talent-wise. We can't understand their talent. The older folks couldn't understand our talent. You know how they thought about gangster rap in New York, Okay, where's the lyrics? You might want to blame us for the non-lyricalness and shit, because it wasn't too much lyricalness coming out the West Coast. Oh, but it is now.
It is, yeah.
Right. It is now. because we had lyrics coming from the West. We had the Alcoholics. They was one of the first groups New York played on the radio and gave respect to
Kazzy.
West Coast hip hop.
Oh yeah,
Ras Kass.
exactly.
He was a part of that march.
Souls of Mischief, all that,
Right, you know what I'm saying? They was on that mic, and then you had us spilling that gangster shit. Y'all just didn't know they had this motherfucking secret weapon. Hiya! So we got to really look at it like this. We're the elders now, and we don't want to be like the elders before us. What did we learn as being elders? You got to support the next generation, and that's what we want to do, because we don't want to be like the elders who couldn't understand our music and would put us down rather than understanding the elevation we took hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so hardcore in your craft that you put down the youth that's bringing it to a different place. We got to support and stay lyrical like we are, because we keep hip hop alive.
Absolutely.
We keep the mic alive. Look at Kendrick Lamar. That's youth. He is on that lyrical tip because he learned from the lyrical West Coasters and the East Coasters, where it all, the birth.
What I say with that is, like, you can see the lineage though.
Right.
You see the lineage from Run DMC to Rakim to y'all to Kendrick, in certain artists you really don't see that lineage, you know what I mean? Like dudes that were students of the game putting their own spin on it, of course, but that lineage, you can still see that in Kendrick, he's a student.
Well, all of that came from, when hip hop expanded past the East. Everybody who does hip hop that ain't from the East Coast has their own formula to hip hop that they like, that they try and do. And the MCs, you definitely see a lot of East in the MCs from the West. That's just the East Coast style, whether people want to admit it or not. The format, the formula, the way you rhyme your words, how you do it. You could be born in the West, but if you rhyme anything like this, because that's an East Coast influence, period, point blank.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? A West Coast influence is not that. Eazy-E is a West Coast influence. Dr. Dre's a West Coast influence. You see what I'm saying? Ice Cube is a West Coast influence. They don't word their shit like Kurupt or like Game or like, you know what I'm saying? They don't word it like that. See, wording, the way you do it. I'm a realist. So that's the whole point that Snoopy's saying all the time. We give the East Coasters props. We just want our props. Because what we did add to the table that, came to the table from our situation brought multi-platinum sales to hip hop. Not just one or two people doing it in the East Coast, because like one or two people hitting numbers like that. Run DMC was hitting numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? LL was getting his way up to hitting numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? Before this, Sugar Hill Gang. I mean, shit, they shit was #1 in the whoop wop. Did they get the numbers? Sugar Hill Gang came from the era damn near of Cadillac Records. Look at them. Look at the R&B people, cuz. Ain't none of those pioneers that we know from Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, was getting money like Tyrese and them, cuz. At their era. It's the law of the land. So just like we look at these young folks like they're trash, if the Temptations and all of them would look at Tyrese and all them like they was trash because they not doing the doo-wop. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it ain't to understand. Some things in life ain't to understand. It's meant to enjoy. Wow. So, one thing about it, though, y'all are DJs. Now, you go to the club and you see them girls dancing off of Rest in Peace, Triple X. You see them young folks dancing to the Baby. You gonna tell me you don't do a little, okay, all right. Yeah, you do it. Yeah, you do it. You go to the strip club and you see them getting their groove on to Drake. You be like, hey, get it. You start moving too. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, you can't say Drake ain't an MC, my nigga. He proven it time and time again. He got in the awards.
I've been saying that.
Yeah, he got in the awards and excelled. Okay?
Yeah.
And you
I always said that.
Times ain't tight. It's time to stop shooting down the things that we can't relate to and realize that it ain't about us MCs anymore. It's way past just being about MCs. Hip hop has expanded to country and Western. Hip hop has expanded to being the #1 form of music in this entire industry.
Wow.
You can't be mad at the white rappers. White rappers got the white people to jump aboard this motherfucking train. You got to give it up for Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice opened the doors and told the white people, you can do it too. And then they jumped into it, which made hip hop the greatest thing cracking in all the world. Because you ain't going to find a gang of country and western fans that's niggas. That's rare. But you'll find the majority of young white youth, hip hop. You go to Japan, nigga, they got 6'4" Chevys and shit with blue and red rags, nigga. Hip hop.
Powerful. Hip hop, man.
You know, I'm just
wow, man. You said a mouthful, Kurupt, man. That's a lot. Thank you for gracing us, man.
Well,
so
thank you very much.
Indeed. So I wanted to get back to the album, and I know, Cass, you don't have too much time with us today, but I figure I'd throw the next question at you, being that you don't have a lot of time. But the album is called Last Ride, and at the end of the album, on the actual self-titled track, you say that this is Horsemen's debut final album. Why is it a finale project? And talk a little bit about why you call it The Last Ride.
Well, we call it the last shall be the first will be last and the last shall be first, because that's the next project.
Oh, nice. So it's not the end. It's not. I thought it was just going to be one and done. When you said finale,
well, it's the debut finale. One thing got to end for something to begin.
Okay.
Right.
The sun got to go down. And then the moon come up, and then there's a new day. So,
got it.
You know,
and I think psychologically,
that's like the album cover. There's a lot of hidden things in between it, and that's what Raz brought to the table. Because we asked, what do you mean by the last ride? You know what I'm saying? We're the Horsemen. And he just told us the whoop wop and the spill of it, which is like, well, look, in order for us to go forward, we got to end one chapter. And the first chapter to end is this 20-some-odd-year project that we've been trying to do. So after this, the new Horsemen begin. So let's give them that original Horseman they want. Ain't no telling where we're going to go for the next project.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
So this is nice.
I loved it. Yeah, this is the final of this version of the Horseman.
It makes me wonder what the next version might be like. You know what I mean? Like, what can we get different? Or am I asking too early?
Way too early, because we don't even know shit.
Yeah.
We're enjoying this last ride, man. We're going to keep riding out. God will let us go.
We're enjoying the ride.
I love it. So I want to actually talk about some of the lyrics on the album. Priest, I want to ask you about the verse that you have on This Ish right here, which is probably my favorite song on the album. The beat is just like, that beat is sick. Like when it comes on, it's just that raw, that raw boom bap feel to it. You know what I mean? On the verse, you pretty much take over the persona and embodiment of Shakespeare, but you also put your twist on the character. What was the inspiration for that verse?
As soon as you ask me, somebody just hit my fucking phone. I be gone, yo. The inspiration is just being in the studio with 3 other lyrical beasts, and I always wanted to put something with Shakespeare. You know what I mean? Have to fuck him up just to bring him back. You know what I mean? Just to get this nigga from the dirt and just embodiment that. So I wanted to say, the whole thing with lyricism, you say what you feel at that moment. We're not scared to say it. We take on the challenges. So who the fuck is going to fuck with Shakespeare? I am. I'm going to dig that nigga up. Dig that nigga up. And put that nigga to the mic and shake that nigga till you shit right. I'm deaf. That's what inspired it, man. What inspired it was just great talent around me, and no holds barred. That was the thing about riding with the horses, is that we was in the studio, we had no holds barred. We could do what the fuck we want, and it came out that way.
Dope. I also wanted to take it back to the first track, which is called Centro. When you listen to it, the verses are really short. It sounds like it's like 4 bars, I believe, like for each verse. And the song is carried mostly by the audio excerpt that's like a narration of the Horsemen story, right? Can you tell us why the first track is set up that way?
It's the introduction. It's the intro. We call it the centro. Ras came up with this great concept. You know, sin. Our whole thing is about sin. It's about the Bible. It's about these bars we call scriptures. You know, we don't spill bars.
Right.
We don't spill rhymes.
Central.
We're spilling on this particular project scriptures. You see what I'm saying? And centro is self-explanatory. We wanted everybody to know who we are. And the story is the key. Our whole album is a movie. It's a story. Each record is a story. You see what I'm saying? It's like how they do docu-series. Each song is a series. Yeah, but you know, this is our entry to the boot bop. So, you know, Ras and Priest, myself and Canibus wanted to let y'all know who we are, which that's what that does. The story of each one of us. Ras is the white horse, and it tells what he's about as pestilence. Canibus is war, and it tells what war is on the fire red horse, and it tells who God is, famine with the scales on the black horse, and it tells who death is, Killah Priest on pale horse, and it tells you us. You know, I didn't take a lot of bars for it because it wasn't about our bars on that one. It was about us
painting that picture,
letting you know we are painting that picture. So Central paints the picture to this movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it is. And thanks for liking it. Oh,
Yeah, man. You know, as I listen to it, as I listen to it more, you know, when you get that first listen, you probably don't catch it right away. But when you listen to it more and then you listen along to the story, like, okay, it's like they're introducing themselves and their persona. So that's what's up.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you got it, man, because, you know, a lot of the Horseman shit is over people's heads because we aren't doing the young rap. We're doing MC shit, which is what we came from. You know what I'm saying? And this was our opportunity to not satisfy the company. We are the company. And it satisfies us. Our whole album is not about a hit record. Our album is about rhymes. You see what I'm saying?
Cool.
Just pure unadulterated rhymes, each record. You know, the closest thing to thinking about, well, I don't think Ras and Priest was even thinking about it then. It was just Love and War. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, the beat. And one of the records that we all been wanting to flip for a mighty long time. And, you know, Ras and Priest pulled it off. You know, I set the intro to it because, you know, I love talking about a funky bitch. You know what I'm saying? But they were so perfect. There was no reason for me to get on there. Their stories was grand, and the way they went back and forth, you know, that was beautiful. I said, but you know, it can't be talking about any of these females without Kurupt getting on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
so
it wouldn't have been right. He had to be at the top of it at least. It was awesome.
Yeah, because it's Love and War. You know, we ain't smashing on the ladies. It's actually something telling the story of, you know, what Ras and Priest experienced dealing with a particular lady.
You sound like a
Yes, I remember that line with the, you know, that verse where he was speaking like
no more fun times and grabbing on her butt.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time I played before the record came out, girls liked it. They're like, "Oh, that's funny," because that's them. I did that on the phone.
And you can relate to it. We all
It's super easy. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was super brilliant, like this. And I think I was gonna just add that even with lyricism, I didn't want to. At least me personally, I think you know, everybody agreed. We didn't want to just do like 7-minute "We'll Rap Forever" records, and
right.
we could, you know, we wanted to show concept, and we thought this out. So less was more with Central. It didn't need What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, I thought he was fighting because I thought he was getting down fucking somebody else. Like, damn it, they fucking with them.
Yeah, you're right. And jumped him. No, but you know, that was, you know, I thought me personally, I just felt like we have some really dope concepts. Whereas instead of just rapping aimlessly, which is cool sometimes to bar out, but we still bar out and still have high concepts.
Which is rare.
A lot of people don't
I
do
could
that.
tell.
In hip hop, it's rare to have a concept and then bust these lyrics. Because that's why we have all animation for our videos. Because
yeah, like the Burger King song where y'all talking about different types of food and stuff. Like, you know, I could definitely see the concepts in different songs, man.
So I didn't even think we was going to have visitors. You know what I'm saying, on the project. I didn't think we was going to have guest appearances.
Right.
So, you know, to get on the record with us can be embarrassing. So, you know, if you put somebody on there and they don't step to that bar, because it ain't like we can get Jay to kiss. He's a very busy man. But that's, you know, you think like, okay, now Jay will win, you know, Jigga. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But
Jigga, you know, the lyricists.
Because those are the typicals, you know, we didn't want to be typical. But then you know, when Raz pick and chose the artists to be on there, I mean, they conquered the records they was on. Chino XL. So
body.
Show.
Can I talk to y'all about Chino, man? Like, he has a steal the show verse at the end of Champion. Like,
what?
Like,
you know, almost felt like, you know, back in the days, you know, it's your song. So when a nigga murder you on it, you be like, oh, I'm gonna redo my verse. You know, not with the Horsemen, man. What you lay,
yeah,
you know,
you got
you know, what you kill, you eat. So once you lay your shit, cuz, and another nigga come over you and just slaughter it off, it's like, fuck. Oh, he got me good.
You know where I went wrong with Chino? There's a rule about sending your record to another MC. You're supposed to just send them the beat and the hook.
No, that's called cheating, Raz.
No, because then they can hear everything.
Send them your verse,
and come with the swipe
Send them
kick.
your verse, cuz.
That nigga Chino.
Let him have a good try at it, cuz.
When he sent that shit back,
everybody, I mean,
I was like, fuck,
that's
bro.
You know, you keep your verse from them. Let them go. How do we know you didn't rewrite your shit? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't.
Come on,
I didn't, man.
No cheating in the next room. Okay?
I was gonna text it back like, nah, man, I'm sorry, brother. This, you know.
Right, you don't know what that song. Hey, write a new one. That
song gonna be too low, Gino. You know what had happened was I hit it back like, bro.
Same thing with Tragedy Gaddafi.
Yeah, man, Tragedy.
I mean, you know, he brought that intelligent hoodlum on that ass.
And you know what? Huss gave it the current and waved on it, and that's
right. And Huss,
it's so dope.
But then Huss took it to that subject and talking to the lady like that. I was like, I wanted to change my verse so bad, and the hook. Like, man, he on the ladies, man, and I feel it to this beat. You know what? I got a verse for this. I said, I can't do that. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? He brought that fly into it. Feel it.
Everybody loved that hook. You couldn't change that hook.
I love it. RBX came added his mix into it, narrating. He is the narrator, RBX.
Yeah.
So, you know, we all gave him that slot to narrate that song Impossible. And that's what he did, because he gave his best, man. Everybody shined. And that's what makes the album such a hip-hop classic. It's really a hip-hop classic album, because we didn't
that's what they said.
Shorts. And we didn't radio it. You know what? We got to have a hit on here to sell it. Hey, man, you know, we love the fans that love us. You know what I'm saying? And those that don't, you know, more power to them. That's why so many different good acts out there that represent hip-hop from all genres, all different types of music out there for you to love hip-hop in general. Our album is for the culture. It's not just for us. And, you know, so our thing was mainly just, you know, it was hip hop to us, you know what I'm saying?
Dope. So Cass, you have a line on that same song Champion where you say you took your name from the descendant of Menelik. And I never thought about that. You know, can you expound more on the origin of your name, Ras Kass?
Yeah, just real quick. So Menelik II fought with a guy named Ras Kass for control of Ethiopia. And they ended up making a pact and kind of sharing this region. It's called Shoah. But Ras Kass was John the Fourth. No J's in Hebrew, but Jan, probably more Y-ish. And I was John the Fourth, and so that's why I took it and made myself Ras Kass. And I'm from LA, and we got a twang, so I went Ras Kass. So I think the homie that way anyway. So the New Yorkers call me Kass, one calls me Ras Kass, which is technically correct. And then the homies call me Ras Kass, and that's what it is. Yeah, but yeah, they were, you know, it was Ethiopian. It was like Ja Rastafari, you know.
Right, of course, yeah.
It was from that. So yeah,
it's interesting because, you know, it's so dope how like you could put something in a lyric and it reveals more about yourself, right? Or just, you know, your persona as an MC. So that was dope. I wanted to ask you about that. Thanks for you know, breaking that down. So Kurupt, I got a question for you on Morticians. You are so in the pocket with your verse. I think you say something like stomp like a Sasquatch, the abdominal thirst. He's a young Ebenezer. And then you got a line where you rhyme Ali Oxen 3 with knees and like
spazzed out, yo.
Over the track.
I told him he spazzed on the album.
Word. Do you remember what that first set of lines was like in that verse that got you in the pocket for Mortician?
Just the wordplay of it, you know what I'm saying? Just hitting them with pure wordplay, you know what I'm saying? Letting niggas know that I still got it on this mic. I have fun with it, you know what I'm saying? And just hit them with a bunch of word plays, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about the skill, you know. That record was more about style than anything, you know what I'm saying? I learned style from DOC, because DOC is just, his style is just phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So DOC to all of us, me, Snoop, RBX, all of us, Rage, he added a piece of style to us instead of us just rapping our shit a certain kind of way and just busting it straight through. You know, have a style to it. RBX used some of that style in High Power. I mean, not High Power, but in Lyrical Gangbang. He hit him with the Styly Lee, bumping being found in debris by a maniac with the gap. We was like, damn, RBX, that type of shit from Styly Lee. We was like, shit. He got, man, like the Doc put that Doc Twain up in him, boy, and I don't mean no. Okay, but that game, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, all them styles. So that's what inspired me with the, you know, Morticians. And then on the verse, on the chorus, I was just, let me add some G to this mic. I
noticed that.
These niggas be acting like straight up motherfucking unadulterated bitches. Claiming that they're something they not. Niggas sci-fi, nigga. Fictitious motherfucker. No, I'm not fucking with y'all.
There's another song, it's escaping me, but you're also in the pocket there, man. Like, you know, you guys, like when you guys came together to record this album, like did y'all record it like in person, or was this kind of like internet?
Person.
Oh, darn.
Person, yeah. You know, I mean, because like Priest say, man, swords sharpen steel sharpen steel.
Yeah.
So it ain't, you know, back then especially, we didn't have the services of the internet and sending records in, sending shit through emails and all that shit. We didn't have all that right there. We was just raw, like, you know, 6-inch reels. You know what I'm saying? It was just straight. We're all there. We all go. Maybe one to be missing, but we'll get them, come back. We set this blueprint, the mic. So
that tapes.
The whole album, it was at least about 3 of us together. Well, no, not the whole album, because Priest and Raz was together for 11 War, and I got put on there with the whoop wop. There's some records.
It's on the internet.
It was all like
that.
Yeah. Let's get back to the line. So Priest, you got a line on False Prophets where you say Jeremiah 13 verse 38 of the Bible. If it doesn't exist, then what chapters did I miss? What's the significance of this Jeremiah verse as it relates to that line?
I got to go back to it, man. I think it's talking about something like it's like something with death. You know what I mean? Something with my name. And Pastor, I got to go back and read that again. That's a good question. But I know that it's a hard verse. And if it doesn't exist, then what did I miss? It's self-explanatory. You know, certain things, you know how cats tattoo certain scriptures on there. Certain scriptures resonate with us. You know, like if you kill with the sword, if you kill with the sword, you should be killed with the sword. Or that joint that Samuel Jackson said. What was that scripture that he said in that movie Pulp Fiction?
Oh yeah.
When he said, "And those you will know my enemies," and he shot the niggas. That's what I was thinking about, like how death should be. You know what I'm saying? Like a cold scripture like that.
Right. So you know what's interesting as I hear you say that, it seems like for a number of the songs on the album, you guys are like embodying the characters.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, you know. And I did pick it up when I was listening, but the more you explain, the more I realized, wow, like y'all are actually doing it consistently.
That's
that was
the
a goal.
concept of the album.
That's the concept.
We were the characters when we wrote.
Yeah.
You know, famine, pestilence, war. When you hear Canibus rapping, he sounds like war. His voice, his rhymes, his temperament. When you hear Priest will slow talk, you go to death, man. Priest will hit you with that shit like he did in Impossible, the terror to your death. He talked to you in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, you know, he drags you into a fast, slow death. And and Ras, pestilence, and his shit spreads. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So we live those characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was definitely
we let you know. I'm famine, the headless horseman. I don't even say corrupt.
I don't think most of us say. I mean, his name is Killah Priest, so that was easy for death.
Right.
That was an easy call. But not very many times on this project do we use our MC names. We got it. We stay in the characters.
Yeah, and it's dope.
That's true.
Concept albums, like the newer concept albums, tend to kind of stray away from the concept. Sometimes, like you'll hear little, you hear little points that relate to the concept, but the fact that y'all are doing it so consistently in that character is actually dope to go along with the concept. I actually love concept albums when they do come out, like, because it takes you in the mindset of like you're following a story and stuff.
A movie.
Yeah,
that's what we wanted in art.
The whole thing is like everybody with their projects, and that's what makes art special, and that's what the whole key was, to be different. We did stick to the subject matter of the whole record. When you're looking for a hit, some hits don't fit the project, but it's a hit and it'll sell the project. So a lot of people go off the subject because they got a hit that has nothing to do with the subject, but it's a hit and it's gonna sell. So they'll be on the subject and they'll have like 3 or 4 records that's off the subject that they're hit records. You know what I'm saying? They hit a different thing and they think they can sell it off of that. The concept gets lost, but they bring it back. So hits is normally what takes people off of that, because the hit record ain't got shit to do with the concept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the point. We are our own company. And shouts out to Fat Beats for giving us the channel to launch this real hip hop.
Yes, sir.
East. So, we called the shot on sticking to the script. Instead of Kurupt, give us a solo record. Okay, and I go on my whoop-wop with a solo record that's on slap. Like, if I'd have gave records like that to the table, Ras would have gave his shit, Priest, Canibus, those would be the records probably off course. One of us probably would stick to the script. But I'm like, damn, this is my solo. I'm rapping about all kinds of other shit. They ain't got shit to do with family.
Right.
Right. Wow. So Priest, you still with me? It looked like he froze.
Yeah.
I had a question for him, but A Level, you got another question?
Y'all, when did y'all come together and you first just realize to say, you know what, we want to come together and form a group? Because like you were saying during the time, it's just a whole bunch of people could have been the Horsemen at that time. Like, what did y'all just finally say? Just, okay, this is the core, right?
That's a very good question. It happened organically. You know, it wasn't we just, we all got together and then we planned it. You know, it was just probably one person talked to the other person, and then that person talked to another person, and then it was more that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? And you know who be dope in this group, such and such. Oh, what? And then they both will go get that person, or they run into them and bring it to them. They like, I'm all in. Bam. Boop. So it was comprised of that. It was basically organic, because I can't remember Ras and Priest when we just decided all together we're gonna be the Horsemen. Even the title took some time. We knew we wanted to do whoop wop, and the first thing came to my mind was NWA. And I ain't talking about the rappers. I'm talking about the wrestling league. And they had the 4 Horsemen on that motherfucker. And that was Ric Flair, the Anderson brothers, and that other nigga. Woo! Ric Flair was on their heels, and he had the Horsemen and shit. The 4 Horsemen. And then I think as we all put it together, we was actually we got to the point of the concept. Yeah, we are the 4 Horsemen, and breaking it down in biblical terminology. If I'm not mistaken, I think Raz, you came up with that.
Yeah, I think
like we're gonna have aliases, we're gonna have names, and
I thought Canibus.
Yeah,
maybe Kenny did. I mean,
Priest, bring the camera closer to you because I can't see your face too well.
Canibus, right? He might have been talking about that, right?
Yeah. It just all made sense. It was a lot organic, man. I can't remember who called what audible.
Yeah, I think right about that.
But let's just say Canibus called because
that was Canibus. He was like, we the Horsemen, the 4 Horsemen. You know what I'm saying? We need we gotta be that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like a canon thing.
That's tight, cuz I already knew who I was. I said, I'm the headless horseman. I said that. Dope. Sleepy Hollow, nigga. I throw the fire pumpkin at your ass, nigga.
I do remember you saying that.
And then,
I'm the headless horseman.
I think you though, Raz, was talking to me. Like, this is that. There's war, and there's famine, and there's that. I said, I'm famine. Look how skinny I am. You know what I'm saying?
They fit our personalities. It's crazy because literally everybody was able to pick people that it still matched their personality, and that was the crazy part about it. Is Killah Priest is death. Canibus really is war. He is famine. I am pestilence. You know what I mean? Little sickly guy.
We got a video game we coming out with too. The Horseman video game. And each one of our characters have powers. Each one of our characters, they can fight each other like Mortal Kombat, that type of shit. And there's also a story mode in it where you follow the story and complete the whoop wop and the whoop wop. And each character, you can actually play all 4 characters, but they all got a special gift. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Just like Mortal Kombat, they special powers. Yeah. You'll be able to see mine. I'm gonna let you know, motherfucker.
You breaking out? I had one last question for you, but you out?
Yeah, I gotta go make some pastries.
I actually gotta head out myself, fellas. I wanted to stick it out for a minute, but thank you guys.
No, we thank you, man. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate you.
Yo, holla at y'all later. Yo, bro, I holla at you later, Pestilence. Yo, Raz, I'll see y'all in a minute.
Thank you, Cril. Thank you, A Level. Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Thank y'all, man. So we'll finish out with you if you still got a little time.
Motherfucking right. I ain't going nowhere.
Thank you, brother. So I wanted to ask you on the last track of the album, you got a line, and shout out to my bro Clico who actually put me on to this line of yours where you say darkness engulfs and you engulf darkness. Explain the lyricality behind that line.
Man, some statements and words, it's like dog. Spell dog.
D-O-G.
Huh?
D-O-G-G. All right.
But when you reverse
y'all, yeah.
when you reverse dog, what is this?
Right.
God, right.
It's crazy, right? Some statements have a double wop wop to it.
Right.
I exposed that in the game, darkness engulfs. Darkness engulfs. Right? I engulf darkness. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like darkness engulfs.
Right.
Niggas scared of that. Nigga, I engulf.
Right.
Darkness.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, you over the darkness. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Darkness engulfs. Nigga,
right.
I engulf darkness.
Right.
I get the line.
Yes, sir.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
It's one of them lines that you hear and you like, how you with hip hop as a fan, you listen, you like, yo, that shit sounds dope off the bat, but I know it's layered, so I gotta, listen again and uncover. That's why I like to ask artists like what they mean and stuff.
And it's so simple, simple.
Yeah, it is.
Key of the mic. You know what I'm saying? Your wordplay, simple shit, man. Rakim was a specialist at it. And when you look at the rhymes he's connecting together, not all of them was the super intelligence. He hit you with simple shit. I can't door. I said it before. I never let the mic magnetize me no more. See, just simple shit. That was simple, but the way he said it, though, how he emphasized his words.
Yeah.
Matter about all of that right there. It's all about your flow.
Flow and delivery.
How that brings out the words. And when your words connect, like fucking Cool G rap, he get to spilling like 90,000 words that rhyme together in one for a whole record. Back in the days, we used to do 3 verses. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just or one straight verse. He does it all the way through the end. Like on Men at Work.
Ooh.
It just connect.
You taking him to school right there, bro. For real.
Man. Well, I'm telling you, you remember G Rap, man. And hit you with 35 different words that rhyme together. You never even thought you could connect. It was like, what the shit? I show you that I got force. My rap burn your mouth like hot sauce.
I hear the curse.
God damn, did you hear what he just said? You start thinking about how hot sauce burn your mouth, Tabasco sauce. That shit hot. You know what I'm saying? You eat too much of that shit, you done, nigga. Right? And it's like it's so simple though. My raps burn your mouth like hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
That's so simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
He makes it sound difficult.
Yeah.
Check a record how I'm doing all the BITCHs. Thus, it wasn't for the bucks. Every word that you heard is because they didn't give a all shucks. And yo, I almost forgot the verses.
And I tell you the truth, that was a magic piece of hip hop right there. Because that I learned off of that, implemented in my rhymes, slanging them things like a real O. G should. You know what I'm saying? That was that G rap in it. Cause like you said, instead of cussing, he said, "Oh shucks." That's a style, cuz and a lot of my shit I learned off the great MCs, and that's why that's my specialty, because each one of them have something to learn. Like Kane, let it roll, get bold. I just can't hold back the fold because I'm a man with soul in control and effects of what the heck. Rock the disco tech. You see what I'm saying? He started off with the go, and then still was doing the O type of sound and went to tech, and everything was tech. Come on, cuz.
And this is what I could really love and appreciate about you guys, man, because you guys are an amalgamation of all of that.
Exactly. That's why I tell people, man, I learned from the best. When it comes to songwriting, I learned from Snoop. Snoop taught me how to calm down first and rap about things people can relate to, Kurupt. And don't be so difficult with your raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the MC right here, you got to be corrupt and tell from the street standpoint. Think about your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Think about the 60s. Think about Crenshaw and Slauson. What do y'all do over there, Kurupt? Tell them about that. And start giving people stories. Tell a story. You know what I'm saying? So, all of that came from Snoop, but the mic came from Rakim. You know what I'm saying? LL taught me temperament. You know what I'm saying? The way I say it, from my voice standpoint, Rakim and LL first. because the double L must rock the bell. So it's like,
Right.
now if I want to get to, if I want to be on that level, LL was the key to that. And that's my, y'all niggas just like bitches. Say different words, but the same.
I gotta say,
vibe.
man,
That's LL, cuz. That's what I learned from the L, cuz. My temperament. Then from Rakim to be smooth, I came in the door. I said it before. His voice, it's the incredible, the lyrical. You can't be me like Nisi. To see me, it's going to take a miracle. That's that art, my voice, and the whole rock. He taught me temperament. All these MCs, I don't take their styles, but what I got out of them was their temperaments. Mixed it all in one. One record, the LL temperament comes in. You know what? On this one, I'm gonna mix the LL with the R temperament. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be with that temperament of L, but I'm gonna rock some rhymes, motherfucker, blow their mind with that temperament. See what I'm saying? Mix it all up like gumbo. This one, I'm gonna G-rap these niggas because I'm gonna hit them with 30,000 rhymes, 30,000 words that rhyme together at once.
Yeah.
Kill fast, fast, trash, hat, fast, gas, mass, dash, that, jack, gas, fast, pack, that, fast, and that, pay.
I mean, you were such a master at wordplay, man. Like, my top corrupt bars of all times gotta be the joint on the Pete Rock, man. That not half man, half amazing, but it was on the first joint. I'm the epicenter of this natural disaster. You know what I mean? I was like, yo. And then the You Know My Steez remix.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to Premier.
Yo.
Let the Rage be a part of that record. Jeez. You know My Steez was such a big record, you know what I'm saying? And then when he said the remix, I'm like, damn, the record is so classic to be on a record of this caliber.
Right.
That really reflected our culture. This fucking Gangstar. That made me think a lot about Gangstar. And then, from My Steez, I started to add it up. And this is the first time it came to my brain. I'm such a klutz. But because this says gangster. Wait a minute. It was just so over my head. Gangstar.
Star, right.
The Gangstar. Gangstars. Gangstars. Gangsters. Gangsters. This is gangsters. That's how we spell gangster. That My Steez, that was the first time.
Wow.
Man, I'm a late bloomer. I thought that was
never, man.
Oh, that was so
good.
Yo.
Yeah, but I had a ball with it, you know what I'm saying? Pete hooked me up. We did True Masters. Slapped off with that one.
Wow.
Wow.
You and Inspector. Wow, that was crazy.
Oh, we had a ball. I don't know why they put me behind the wheel of a car. That's not good. Almost ran that motherfucker through the whole. Wow, but wait. Fuck, man, get me out this motherfucker before I kill myself. I'm horrible with cars.
Yo, thank you so much for staying extra with us, Kurupt, man.
Oh,
With this album, this new album from the Horsemen, The Last Ride, like, I know y'all got a lot going on with the project. Like, what else is in store that you might want people to know? Like, are there like any new videos? I know y'all put out at least one video, and then like, is there going to be any tours that people can check for as things are opening back up now? Like, what do you want people to know as far as a promotion that they can expect for this project?
Well, we got 2 videos out now, Believers, False Prophet, and then we got the second video with Chino, Crazy Champion. We're about to hit him with our 3rd video coming up, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we actually shot all the videos before we released the album. We already had all the videos in. So we got about 6, 7 videos, you know what I'm saying, to tell the tale, the story. And the great thing about our videos is they connect to each other like a cartoon. These different segments of the Wham Wham. We keep the same characters. See what I'm saying? And so yeah, we about 6, 7 in, and yeah, we finna hit this road. The world is opening up, thank God. And we finna be hitting the UK. They showed us a lot of love. We was number 6 on the charts.
Wow. Always UK, man. Yeah.
Right. And then Canada, they showed a lot of love. We was number 3 on the hip hop charts in Canada. You know what I'm saying? And in America and worldwide, that is, because on iTunes and Apple, in hip hop coming out, you know, we was number 8 in the morning when the album dropped. By afternoon, 1 or 2, we was number 7. And by evening time, around 6 or 7, we was number 6.
Wow.
Right. So we definitely hitting everything there is for us to hit that loves hip hop, that we can show up small, big. There's no weight of it when it comes to us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we going to clubs. We got some bigger things coming up. And, you know, the Dog Pound album, me and Daz, is going to be dropping next month in July.
Okay.
So be prepared for a Dog Pound tour.
Dope.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? In celebration of these 2 projects, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the DPG album, they'll catch it, DPG for life. And, you know, we got the book to match it. Bingo. Boom. Done.
Oh, nice.
Looking lovely, you dig? Wham.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Pictures like that and real pictures. So, you know, that drops on the 30th. So I've been talking already to people, to my administration team, and they already got offers for the Dog Pound Horsemen tour. You know what I'm saying? And we already got offers. We already for the show at certain places. We got shows in Texas coming up right now. They jumped aboard and gave us our first row of shows. And, you know, we also have Denver coming up.
I got a nice string. Yeah, nice string of stuff. That's
and
what's
we
up.
got you know, Live Nation gave a call in for the Horsemen. And basically they got a whole road trip for us, a whole tour as well, but on their own. They want to fuck
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they understand, man, what this group represents, man.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, and the Live Nation tour is basically hitting the West Coast and the East Coast, and still hitting the same circle, which that's probably gonna happen before the Dog Pound Horsemen tour. But they all around each other, man. God is good, man, and you know it ain't easy to drop something that people are interested in even hearing nowadays, especially coming from our era. We got our hardcore fans. Love to all of y'all, you know, but coming with a hip hop project like this, that, you know, we ain't interested in radio and we're not interested in, you know, a hit record here. We was all about the craft, the culture of it. Not to say that we don't want to be on the radio. Hey, you know, we love it. Okay, you like it, we love it. But you know, that wasn't our goal.
Yeah.
It's amazing how people took to it. It just goes to show you one thing, because this would have showed me. I learned off of everything I can, and I learned through this project that hip hop is still alive. You know what I'm saying? There are true hardcore hip hop fans out there, man, that support the music, you know, and they all come together and buy your shit. So it ain't just the new genre of music that's out there. A lot of people feel like, you know, if you do some real hip hop shit, it ain't gonna sell. This is all they want to hear. And this proves that, you know, they want to hear all. They want to hear the real hip hop shit. They want to hear the new hip hop shit. It's all hip hop, cuz. Family tree. With that tree, you got branches, cuz.
That's right. Yeah.
You got pop has hip hop in it. All these other trees next door to this hip hop tree, they have different whoop wop, wham wham. Started as rock and roll. Now you got heavy metal, and now you got, you know, all what they call it, soft rock. You got all kinds of different versions of rock and roll. Shit, hip hop's a piece of rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So you hear what Rick Rubin did with Running Them, nigga. Threw them guitars in that motherfucker, nigga. That's rock hop, cuz. You know what it is. That's rock and roll guitar, cuz. And it's one of our most classic records, is it not?
Yeah, Rock Box. You know what I'm saying?
Now we rock all parties and come correct. That's called King of Rock.
Right.
But give us respect. That's rock and roll, cuz hip hop, cuz hip hop drums to some straight rock and roll. It didn't even have a bass line. Wasn't even no fucking bass line in this shit. It was just right.
Yo, Kurupt, thank you again, man. I really appreciate it, man. And
thank
man,
you.
I just wish y'all all the best, man, with this project and all the other things coming up in y'all solo careers, man. We gonna definitely be checking to see what's next, man. But
make sure I also want to let everybody know that I love y'all. Good looking. When you're ready to get knocked the fuck out, you come on to Fight Night and come and meet Iron Gotti Mike Tyson. I am here. I came, I saw, and I kicked its ass. Gotti. That's me. Mikey Gotti Tyson. Okay? I'm knocking niggas the fuck out. I'm from Brooklyn. You understand me? Brownsville. I'm from Brooklyn, yo. I'm fucking people up. Iron Gotti Mikey Gottstra Tyson.
Yo, we love you, bro. Listen, man, you're one of the one of the gatekeepers of the game. You know what I'm saying? We're glad that you're still out here and you're doing music, man. It's inspiring.
Hey, y'all are inspiring because you know, a lot of people really ain't into this culture like that. So we appreciate, you know, y'all and Roxanne, Shantae, and people that open the doors for us who, you know, from that generation. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of love to y'all, because without y'all, there'd be no us, cuz on hood.
Appreciate that, man.
Yes,
so to all of our listeners, man, I thank y'all again for tuning in to Out the Box Talks. Such a special interview tonight with some, I want to say pioneers, man, because y'all pioneered the whole supergroup thing, you know. So we really appreciate that, man. And like I said, man, make sure y'all continue to check us out on our website, which is outtheboxmedia.com. Let me throw that up right there. Go visit that website, and so that you can get acquainted with all the recent episodes. This is episode 76. Till the next time, we just want to say, you know, stay focused, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you again to Kurupt and all the members of the Horsemen.
Oh yeah. Oh, and my bad. I want to say another thing. Go to www.hrsmn.com, www.horsemen.com if you want any Horsemen merch at all. Shirts, we got all the fly shit, Horsemen style. And also,
put it up. It's HRSMN.com, right?
Yes, sir.
Without the vowels.
No vowels. And also, you could go to West Coast Creations, West Coast Creations as well. Those are the two main portals for Horsemen apparel and merch and things like that. Portraits, we got the portraits. You know, and good looking. Thank you very much. I didn't mean that.
Nah, you good. You good.
Right.
You good, man. Thank you again, Kurupt, man. And we will see y'all next Friday for the next episode. A Level, take us out of here.
Listen, man, Kurupt know where this coming from.
Yes,
hey, yo, what happened to peace?
Peace.
Peace.